preparing everything so we can see that we are recording and that we are live. So I will now just make sure of that. We are live here and we are recording. So then that's up here. Let me see. Yes. Then as always, I will wait a little for more people to join in. As you see now, it's no one inside. So you just need to wait for some people to join. And today's session will be the same as always. I will talk about Forex. You'll do some Forex signals. As always, I will start on the higher time frames and work ourselves down. So maybe we get a swing trade and some day trades. For a binary option, we might get in a few trades there also, depending on the market, of course, but let's see. So now I'll just start to set up everything so we are in order for the session. Just double checking again that you're recording. We are recording. Okay. Then I will go to TradingView and start to set up these things. Get myself a little comfortable here. So we do Forex. Let's open euro against dollar. That's always a good one to start with. Let's see. And yeah, and we start at the higher. Let's start at 1 day first. Then we just need to wait a little longer to see if we get some people in. Typically I like to wait 2 minutes past, so we are going to wait 1 more minute before we start. So yes, let's wait 1 more minute and we will start. And the way I do things, I will check back and answer questions every 10 or so minutes. Sometimes it will be 15 minutes, but most of the time around 10 minutes, depending on what I'm doing. So I like to finish, like for example, if I'm trading binary option, I like to finish the trade first, so sometimes can be longer, but we'll see. So I think I'll just start, as is a recording also. So some of you maybe are seeing this as a recording, so we get the most out of this hour. So today is a Monday. It's actually a very good day to trade, at least I think. So let's see what we can see here now. On the day chart, I think we can mark up a trend line down here. Let me see if that looks nice. Let's move it a little. Some type of trend here. You can see we are in a downtrend. You can see that we broke a strong resistance zone here. So let's mark that one here, a horizontal line here. So we are clearly on a downtrend. Euro is doing bad against dollar lately. So here, of course, it's early to say yet if this is broken on a day chart. But if we close below here now on the daily, a trade can be when we retest this resistance zone and we can see that it's holding. That could be a trade, but that's a swing trade because we're looking on the day chart, so it's a hold forever almost. So you can see now euro and dollar is basically 1-to-1 almost. And through the history, I don't even think we have seen that before. Let me change to monthly. I don't think I've seen that. Ah, yeah, we have done that in the past. We need to go way back to year 2002. So basically like 20 years ago, we need to go that happened. You can see basically same happened in 1999 we broke it, and you see we did go all the way down here to 0.81, and now you're seeing the same thing happening. So if you look in the history, there should not be anything, the resistance zone, before around 0.96. So we, for the downside, we can go very far down. So looking in the history, yes, we have a good short coming, but I like to see that we close below, and then we can see what to do. This one I don't think will be too much valuable here now. So I think because we don't have too many touches, so we can say that this is a strong, and we did not have any special marks up here. So yeah, I think we can see dollar very strong for euro coming the next few days. But like I said, we need to close below this line. This line is very important. So you need to close, can be any place around here. And then we are looking for a very strong short. Now let's look at some smaller time from here. I think we basically are seeing the same thing here. Here we can say we have closed it below, so it's somehow valid trade. I would have just have waited maybe for a retest. So let's say we go up here and we touch this one somehow, maybe not touch it, but at least come close to it, and then close below, and then we can take, for example, a short, a good short here with a very, very, very tight stop loss, something like this, and just target way down. And we basically just trail it down because we might see a very, very weak euro against dollar the coming weeks, coming months. Because historically we have not been below this line here for 20 years. So I think we will see something, a very strong dollar coming. So yes, that's something I would look for here. If we then go down to the 30 minutes, let's see what you can see here. We can see we have some type of support here. So here we can be looking for trade in this zone maybe today. So right now I will not go long because that will be working against it. Even though you can see we have a trend line here. Even though I break this one, yeah, maybe we could, if we somehow can break, here we come in a squeeze very soon now, okay? We'll come in a squeeze, and he will either fall below this line or he will go above it. This of course is in the daily, so this will happen today basically. In long term we are looking for short on euro against dollar, but short term we can actually have a long trade here. So if we look at that, we can let me see, maybe we can go like here, and we maybe when we close above this blue line here, maybe get a retest down here. We can go with a long, take our stop loss just right below here, and target then this retest that we are looking for with this one. So it can be like all the way up here maybe. So here you can see once again what I'm talking about. With swing trade, we are just looking for short. As long as you keep this one is holding, of course. If you break above it, then it's another case. Then in swing, we are looking for a long. But at the current moment, I believe, as we did broke below, a very, very, very strong support that now is resistance. I believe that will have a short. But for a day trader, where we basically can go in, I mean, in and out today, we open a trade, maybe close it in a couple of hours, we can then look for the another way. So for the ones that like to be day trader, to open trades now and close in a few hours, we can look for a long possibility. But if you're a swing trader and you want to open your trade and keep open for some few days, maybe you are in a work situation, you can't be following the chart, then you're looking only for short. So once again, you can see the difference between swing trader, day trader. Like I said before, you can be looking for short as a swing trader and long as a day trader, and both of you win. So that's often when you talk with your friends about trading, does not mean you're looking the same picture. A picture for the long term and a picture for the short term. And you both can be correct. That's what I always try to say. But the most important is that you keep your stop loss smaller than you take profit. At least keep it 1-to-1. 1-to-1 I don't find so funny, because if you have a bad week and you're running like 50% win rate, for example, then you're losing money. But if you have a bad week and have a 50% win rate where your take profit is bigger, you're making money. And actually, if you have 1-to-1 with 50% win rate, you're losing money, because you also need to pay a little to your broker. Not much, but a little. Now let's see if you have any questions, as you are 10 minutes past. Now let's see. Okay. I teach 3 times a week. You can basically find my schedule. It's the same time every single day. So I teach Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So it's 18:00 every time. If I change it, then I will change it 1 week in front. So for example, I will set up later today the schedule for next week, and schedule for next week will also be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday the same time. So it's the same time every single week. Now let's see. For the date for the crypto, I'm not sure. But I will, if you have some time in the end of the video, the way I do things is my videos. I do some Forex trading, I do always some binary option trading, and if we have some time in the end, I start to look at some of the most bigger cryptocurrencies and look for the long-term trades there and what we can be expecting for the next weeks. So it's something I always do, because things can change, but that's basically what I'm doing here. So you will get some cryptocurrency also with me here in my live sessions normally. Now I'll go back. I think we are quite finalized with so let's unmark. So we can mark the ones we're done. So basically we got 2 signals out of euro dollar, we can say. None of them is right now, so you need to wait. That's why I'm not giving in numbers. But you can clearly see, you can go back on the record also, so you can see how my trades looks like and how I mark it up and things. So it's more educational, but you can't copy. That's what I mean. So now let's log into the binary option and do maybe a trade there. So let's see. Now let's see. Okay. By the way, I can give you the link. So for the ones that would like to copy, so this is the broker I prefer for Forex and the broker I prefer for binary option. The binary option broker link you see there is the one I will use in every single session. Okay, so let's see if we can find a good binary option trade. Always we need to take a candle chart. Let's add some indicators. So we need Bollinger Band and we need stochastic. There we have this two. So what I always do, we change the style on the Bollinger Band. We put it to white so it's more easy to see as the background is black. Like that. And we change also for the stochastic. Here I like to take it yellow so you clearly see. So now we can see we actually have a put. So we go down. I will explain why. You can see we are out of the Bollinger, stochastic in the top here. We are out of the Bollinger Band. We are in our resistance zone. We can mark it up. We take it like this. And that's a super good trade. Of course, I always prepare if I lose. I don't think we'll lose this trade because it was amazing trade we got. Typically, I just take trades like this when I trade by myself, but when I do sessions, I'm maybe not so careful, but let's see. Now we need to wait 1 minute. This is on euro against dollar. So let's see. We should be done pretty soon. So we got a perfect time to go in and perfect time to go out. So there we got the first win for euro against dollar. Now let's see. So basically I will explain my thought process here because this did happen a little fast. You can see here now it's on 1 minute chart. You see it's an area we touched a few times. You can also see in the past that this was here, for example, was support, right? So then I just drag a line here. You see that we are out, if you zoom in, we are out of the Bollinger Band, right? We are high on the stochastic. That's a put trade because we are looking for 3 things to get a trade. So you can see now we have taken 1 trade and 1 winner. So very good start with our binary option. We can see if we can take 1 more trade and then we'll continue with Forex. Let's see. Right here I don't see nothing because you see we are in the middle of the Bollinger Band. We need to be either in the upside or in the bottom. So here we're not close to anything. So let's see if we can open another one. I prefer the ones that pay a little more. We can this one we had. So let's see this one. At the current moment, we can start to mark it up, so at least you can see how I'm thinking. Up there we could have one, because you can see we are this area we're touching many times. I don't see us go so high just right now. We can move it a little down. Here could be one, and we can also see one in the bottom down here. So that's our zone that we are looking right now. Little small zone, but let's see. If nothing happened for a little while, we will go over to Forex. At least we got 1 winner from binary option. So right now we are on GBP, GPY. We are looking for either a buy opportunity or sell opportunity. Right now would be good if we could go up above here, break out of the Bollinger Band here, touch this line, and we will take a put trade. The only way we will take a long position here, call, if it's this stochastic also can come below here, and the Bollinger Band will keep, so we go out of the Bollinger Band also. So let's just wait and see if we can get something here, but at the current moment we just need to wait. We don't have a trade just right now. So we either need to move up or down. We'll give it a couple of minutes. If nothing happens, we will move over to Forex. At least we got 1 trade. And we might go back to binary option a little later and see if we get opportunities. Okay, now we are going down. We might just have a trade here now. Let's see. And following, let's zoom in. We need to touch this line before we take a trade. Then we will meet all the criterion. So let's wait and see. Still it's no trade. Like I said, we need to touch this line and then we'll go directly in with the call. Okay, little more, little more. I'm not greedy, but we need to touch it. Almost. There, we are in. I did not get the perfect entry, but let's see. The next trade we take then 25. I will bring up my calculator just so I'm keeping a control. So yeah, then we need to follow. Okay, we did broke very strong below it. So we will lose this one completely. Okay, we are prepared to go in again. Now we just need to wait for a few minutes. We got a loss, we are in again. And that means we are in with a total of 35. That means we need to recover 45. Let's see, 40, will that do it? No. 50, will that do it? Let's do a 55. Okay, then we need to wait more. 1 minute. We are in again. So now we are in with 90 total. So let's see, 150, don't need that much, 140, yeah, I can do that. Now we need to wait 1 more minute. We basically did a short-term trend change for us to win the trade. We are losing a little money in the road here now. If you take a look, we got 2 losers. Okay, it's not too much. Let's go open, see follow. We did win it, but I did win again. I think we did win it at least. Let's see. Yes, we won it. But we have 1 more open. Little harder. So then we have 140 trade. We need to recover that. Let's do 250. Let's do 200. 200 do it. We are in there. That means we have a total of 200. We have 340. Let's try 500. After we will calculate our profit from the trade. Now let's see. We're getting close to the timer is done. We won that trade. So then, if you look then on the closing trades, let's calculate the left side first. I always do that. Minus 200, minus 140, minus 55, minus 25, minus 2 of 10, so 20. So total, we have spent $440 on this session. So now let's take the profit. Plus 18, 17, 17, we call that 18, plus 96, plus 350. So we made $24. So it's nothing crazy, but at least we made money. So that's what we're looking for. So we can see we could have stopped here because we had profit trade, right? But I did go in again because I did not see that we won. And we did win it again here. So we can say we basically got only 2 losers in a row here, and we got 1 loser here. So maximum we got 2 losers in a row. So you can see we got the strong up like I was thinking. We just was playing around this range, because typically when you are down below the bulge band, and you're low in stochastic, you will see a strong return for the short term. So we did turn a profit, and that's good. Now let's see if there are any questions. And no, you don't need to martingale, because the strategy in itself have a high win rate. Yes, you will get some losers, but over like 100 trades, you should see a win rate around 75% doing what I'm doing. Now let's see. Yes, for Forex, if we see so as we did see on the Forex on euro against dollar, we have 2 signals, but it's 2, we could call it future signals. So for day trading, by the way, you see I'm using a free trading view. You can do too. You can put up to 3 indicators. I don't use indicators personally, but you can. So you can see now we are here in the daily, not in daily, but in day trading. That means the trade that will close within the day. We are waiting basically to break this trend line you see here. Then we can look for a long trade. For swing trade, like I said, if we go up to the 4 hour or even the day, we are basically looking for a short opportunity. We can remove this one then, because here then you will see that I want a retest of this, that was a very strong support for a very long time. I want a retest on that one to see that it's holding, that we also are holding for the day below, because we have not been below this area for 20 years. So I want to see that we are holding below it, and then we can look for a very, very good short. Because when you look at, always when you are trading Forex, you find clues looking to the left. And here you need to see it all the way back to 1999 that we did broke below this region. And we were below this region for many years, you can say 3 years we were below it before, no, actually almost 4 years. And we broke up here again, and then we did never turn back for 20 years. But the thing is, we broke here, and we want to see a retest before we start to look down. You can see what you can expect. When you look on monthly, the next support line is around this region here. So it's a very nice short trade we can be seeing here on the daily chart for euro against dollar. But yes, we are done with daily with euro against dollar. Now we will open dollar against Japanese yen. So let's mark that one. Let's go to it. So yes, remember in my last, we are now going to even higher. And if you see here now, here we had a very strong resistance zone. We can clearly see that we broke out of it. So here we might see even higher. And here also the same story as euro against dollar. If you look now to the left, you don't even have historic data that is so high. So we don't have any data on the next resisted zone and things here, because it's crazy high we are right now. So, but yet again, what we can be doing here is that we want to see that we actually close, because this can be what we call a fake out, is to trick people to take a long trade, but the reality that will be a short. So what we want to see is that we close above here, and that we keep above it, and we get maybe a retest on this that is now support, get a retest. So can be something like let market that we call, if we can retest here, right? And then on the daily we can take a long position close to around this region here, and take the stop loss, the tight stop loss like this. And as we don't have any area of interest up here just right now, basically just trail it up, because as we don't know where the next strong resistance zone will be, it's too early, because we don't have historic data to play with here also, at least not on this one here. Maybe if we take another, you can see we are in this one, we are on forex.com. Let's try another one if they have more historic data. Let's try this one. Our markings will be gone, but that's completely okay. Let's take monthly and see if we can see something on this one. Here we have, yes. So we can see that we need to go back to November, June 1998, we were in a level like this. So you can see here, for the next interest area, looks like if we're going to look on historic data, we can have a probability to come up to this level. So you can see we can have very beautiful long position all the way up to this region, because if you look back here, we don't see any other type of resistance, and that's all the data we have to go with. We have never been since 1998. So as we did break, it's a high probability that we can even go up to that region. So we can be looking on a very good long position. And here I need to tell again, do not use RSI. I will show you why. Look at the RSI here now. Let's if I just can get their relative strengths. See here now, the RSI is at 83, right? If you have gone in when we broke the RSI here, you would have entered your trade in this region. Think the losses you would have. Do not use RSI. RSI is garbage. Yes, give you an indication of where it overbought, but does not matter. The news and things are controlling this. And when you're talking about news, let me show you the site I use for that one, investing.com. Let's open that one. It's very important. I have not shown in my sessions yet, but it's actually very important. So what you want to be looking then, it's you go to news and economic calendar. Make sure you make account, is completely free. Make sure you make account, put where you're from, because that's very important for the next thing I will show you now. Here now, when you have put up where you are from, this times that says here in the left side is showing your time zone. So that means when you're trading, you should, for example, now it's 12:34, so you see here is the line for where we are right now. And see the rest of the day is safe to trade. But for example, if you look here now in 11:15, we should stay away for Great Britain, GBP. Because when you have 3-star news, that means you can get a spike that can break support, resistance. You never trade when you have 3 stars news. But you can see the rest of the day, 2 stars we trade. So the rest of the day now, it's always nice to trade. But when you see 3 stars, then you skip it at least little before, like 30 minutes before, and wait maybe 1 hour after. So you are just sure that the spikes from the news are done, and then we can see it. So let's go back now 1 hour for GBP, GPY to see what happened. We will see on the 30 minutes so we can see clearly what happened. So let's take a GBP trade. Let's see, we can go here. Let's open GBP for GPY, for example. And let's put it on 30 minutes so we can see. So we take 1 hour back, so 15:30 is there for me here. So let's go to, you can see what happened basically. You did get a small shutdown. This is, the news did not affect that much. Sometimes you can get super crazy sparks from the news, but this news, whatever, did not make so much different in the chart. So this time around you would have been good, but most of the time can be bad. So it's better to stay away from trading. So go to investing.com, make a free account, make sure you you put your information, your data, so the times you see here is following your time zone. So like I said, the rest of the day is free to trade with no worries. And this also is for binary option also. If you're trading binary option, do not trade when you have 3 stars. It's a very bad time to trade. So, empty for coffee also. Okay, let's see if there are any questions. Okay, let's see. I'm basically on YouTube, Telegram, Discord, I'm everywhere. But I don't feel it's correct as RM Academy have hired me to hold sessions here. I don't feel it's correct to get people to follow me other places. So like I said, I do the same on YouTube, I do the same everywhere else, but I don't feel it's correct of me to share my social media here. The only thing I will be sharing here is the broker I'm using for Forex and the broker I'm used for binary option. But I will not be sharing my social media here. I don't feel that's correct. Then I don't see any other questions right now, that at least not directed for me. So then I will continue with Forex. So yes, always check investing.com. Now let's take the next one. We can go down. Yeah, we are down to 30 minutes now. So if you look on the 30 minutes, as we're looking long trade on a swing trade, we might be maybe looking for a short trade here. Let's see. So if we mark up this one, I will say something like this. Let's see, like there. We can mark looks like we have, in at least in 30 minutes, looks like we have a resistance zone up there. Support, we might be looking one around there. So here I would only take a trade if we did continue up like this. We break out here, for example, get a retest, and then maybe take a short, because then we can look for a short down to maybe around this region before we say maybe we'll go down here, and then just maybe continue up here. That we are thinking for the swing trade. But for now, there is a possibility to take we could take if, and like I said, I will only take this trade if we come up in this region, because here is too close and our stop loss will not be will be bigger than our take profit. So only if we can come a little higher up here, break out of this trend line here, so we can, for example, take a very tight stop loss, because obviously we are looking for a long trade long term, but short term we might get a retest. So if we can close up here, I would take a short position. Let's see if I can mark this down there. Take a more like this and take profit around there. So it'll be a 1 to 2.5. So if you're trading on daily, like I said before, I will repeat and repeat and repeat. You can trade another direction if you're day trading, because you can be looking trades both ways. But for swing trade right now, as we did break a very, very, very strong resistance zone. I can go back to that for the ones that have not seen. If you go back here, you can see this green one you see here, we did break it. And that's an area we have not seen for more than 20 years. So once again, like euro against dollar, it's something new. But here we could find in the historic data take profit levels. So if you go up to the monthly, you can see this one all the way up here. I can mark that in another color. Let's make it a blue one. That will be our target region. So if you go back here, we can see, we don't see it on this one. Completely okay. It was in another one we did see it. So that's basically the regions we are looking right now. Now let's open another one. We open GBP USD, this one here. So here also we are looking the same as you see the other ones. You see here now we have a strong, very strong support. We broke it to the downside. On the monthly, so if you look on the daily, you see we've already broken it here. So, and we did break below here, we did go up above it. But on monthly we are looking downwards. So you can see we have also a type of trend downwards here. Let's mark it a little better. There we are following a trend down. So at the current moment I don't see a trade, at least not on the daily, not just right now, because we also have a resistance zone here. We got a retest, we are going down, and we can see we have formed more like a support down here. So I don't see a trade on the daily, at least not with my style of trading. If you take the 4 hour, maybe you see something. Yeah, you can see it now that we are in the support area. Let's take a horizontal. I will not trade against the trend here, but if you're daring, you can be looking long trade up to this resistance, but it's take a It's a good enough trade. You can take a trade here right now. Let's take the stop loss at 18603. 18603. Let's take that. 18603, like that. Let's zoom in, and we can take the take profit to around there. Yeah, it's a good enough trade. I will say that's a good enough trade because it's a strong support line, and it's we can see we have a M here, and sometimes with the M we come back to the neckline around here. So I will say that's a good trade actually. We take this trade. So GBP USD entry is right now. Let's mark it up. GBP USD. Let's take entry there. I was not supposed to push enter, but okay. We take a stop loss there, and take profit. We take on this one. Let's say there. Let's mark it there. So that's one trade for you. Actually, I think it's a good trade. It's a good trade because we can see we had a strong we had a very strong down here. We kept it. Let's move this away a little to see a little better. So it's a very high probability we come back to the neckline because that's something you see over and over. You see an M. See the M here. Then typically we can come up and retest the neckline, and we'll follow more down to the downside. Also, you can break up. Of course, rules are to be broken in Forex. That's why no one wins 100%. But makes sense also with this trend line that will come up here and retest around. So this can happen maybe in the next 1 day or so, because each bar is 4 hours. So yes, this is a nice long position. Let's see on 30 minutes. And here we see the same thing. On the 30 minutes, yeah, you see the basically same thing. You see a long trade. Basically, you have the same trade below this resistance zone. We come about again. Here, actually, the resistance zone is a little lower. We can say it there. And you can see it kept. And we are starting up. So here's a good long trade also. So yes, the trade again for GBP USD is one that you have a very high probability to win. And as you can see, if we let's go back to 4 hours so you see a little better. It's up. If you're trading with $1, you lose $1 if you lose, and you make 1.7 if you win. That's the way you want to be trading. So always your winners are bigger than losers, and never close a trade before you hit your take profit. You always need to keep your trades open. If you're not able to be looking the chart and keep it open it and go away. Wait for it either to close or win. If you do that and you're keeping a trading style that, like me, that you have a very high win rate, you will make much money in the long run. So let's look on the last one for today. That will be GBP, GPY. That's basically the 4 pairs I follow for Forex on my channel. It's USD, GPY, Euro against dollar, GBP, USD, and GBP, GPY. That's the 3 I like to trade on my channel and on these sessions here. So let's see what we can see here now. Typically, I like to mark. On the first eye, I don't see so much, but when we start to mark up, we typically start to see something. So we can see we have resistance zone up here. Let's look where we can put a support. I will say we have here. So here we might be looking on a long trade. We can also make a trend line here. Let's see if we can get it quite good. Let's change it a little. Something like this. So you see we, now on the and also we can make one in the top here, just so we see. Let's mark it something like there. So, and as we did, we have this support line here now. In 1 hour and 9 minutes, if we can keep above it, but as you see, as we have this trend line also, I'm pretty sure we will. Then we can look at a long position. We can open it. Let's say we close around here. We open it. We take a stop loss just below the spike you see here, and we can target basically the resistance zone up here. So here we are looking for, if we lose $1, we are gaining $4 for a win. So this is a beautiful trade, a long trade, to retest this resistance zone up here. And as you see, we are following the trend up. We are in the bottom on the, this is typical trades we want to do. We have everything going for it. We are following the trend, and we are, so this is a perfect trade. Perfect trade right now. I can mark that one also, so you have it. We have a GBP, GPY. Let's put here. GBP, GPY, entry. Take it there. Let's see, we take a stop loss on this level. Stop loss. Like that. Right. There. And take profit on this one. There. So that's one other trade for you right now on the 4 hour. Let's go down to the 30 minutes and see how things looks like. And we see the same thing basically. We can see that we are respecting this support. On day trading wise, we are not looking for so big profit. Here I would be targeting something like this, a little tighter, like there for example, and take something like 1.5, 1.6. Something like this could be a nice trade that you will open for maybe for a few hours. So this is a strong trade for day trading. Just take a, yeah, right enter right now there also. It's a beautiful trade for day trading. So both ways. So perfect trade there also. So that's it for signals for this video. We will now take a look at some crypto. Let's see first if there are any questions. Thank you for that. Yes, we did actually very good with the binary option today. We got some wins today also. We did go in a little stronger, but did not make that crazy money. But money is money. We made money, so that's everything I'm about. I don't lose money with binary option or with Forex. So now let's take a look at some cryptocurrency. We have been looking Bitcoin a little. Let's see what's going on with Bitcoin. BTC, let's go there. Let's take a look. So Bitcoin is now hovering around 20,000. Okay, looks like we have formed a pretty strong support down here. like I said before, I'm a believer that we are not going to go down below this area that you see down here. I think that we did see the bottom around here, but of course you can see that we are currently in a downtrend with the Bitcoin. This on 30 minutes. Sorry, I was not supposed to look so low. Okay, we are still in a downtrend currently. So let's make the trend here. You can see if we mark it there, and let's zoom in so you see a little better. If you can mark it something like that, and there. So we're currently in a downtrend, but also it looks like we have formed a support here right now. So we can make a horizontal line here. Let's move a little more down, maybe around there. So currently I will say, if you're looking on Bitcoin, if you're going to take a trade there, I would have been waiting to either see if we break to the downside or to the upside. So if you can break this trend line you see here, we can break on the side here. So we are looking for both ways. I don't short Bitcoin, I only buy. But if you have the possibility to do both. So either we can break to the downside, we open below here on the 4 hour, or we break above here and we can look for a long trade. So I will only show the long trade possibility, as I never short Bitcoin. Again, I don't short gold and I don't short Bitcoin. I just don't manage to do that. So we could be, if you're looking for a long possibility, we can look for the next resistance. So that's around here. Can move it even a little more down to around there. And I would have then taken a stop loss around here. So again, a losing trade, let's say you lose $1. Winning trade, you will make 2.5. So this is a trade I would have taken with Bitcoin against the dollar. If we break above this trend line you see here now, and that we, I can give the signal. Let's take it. Entry price here. Let's say, let's go over here. BTC USD. Entry. That will be the last signal for today. I see we only 3 minutes left. We take then stop loss on this level there, but only enter if I'll say after stop loss there, and profit level we take there. Take profit. Only enter if 4 close above. Let me see the level so you can see. Close, we are right here now. We need to close above the trend line. So mark, take 4 hour, just go here. This one you see here, the second one. Choose trend line and just make a line like this. So you need to close above the trend lines. I will need to write that down so you don't open right now. Trend line. Trend line. There we have it. So now we'll just see if there are any questions. I will be here just for 2 more minutes. So if you have any questions, ask them now. only thing with Forex that you will have a small cost every day you have the trade open. You get more like a daily small fee from your broker. But if you have a good broker like the one you see I'm using, I will give away link again. Use the broker I'm using, you pay very little and the spread is 0. And for the binary option is the broker you see there, that's the one you can see I used here. So that's the 2 brokers for Forex and binary option, so you can follow my trades. Okay, so we are now done for today. Hope you all did enjoy and have a perfect day. There.